From the first stone we restored to the skies we painted new. Every texture, every light, every world we rebuilt for you. Forgotten lands now shining, ruins brought back to life. We carved a new beginning with passion, blood, and fire. Through every map, through every zone, we poured our soul. We stood alone. We see shades of Cignare rising from the ashes. We ignite from the very first map to the final shining light. Every realm transformed, every detail redefined. We revamped the whole world. Now watch it come
alive. It's a signal.
Age of Cignare. From shadowed forests breathing to mountains crowned in gold, cities reborn in glory, ancient stories now retold. We fixed what time had broken, we gave it heart and soul, turned old pixels into magic, made the broken whole. Every hour, every night, we fought to make it right. Now the journey feels alive. Behold the new empire. Behold the new empire. This is Age of Cignare. From beginning to the end, we rebuilt every corner. Now let the legends ascend. Feel the power, see the glory. This is our masterpiece. Age of Cignare online, forever, finally free.
Age of Cignare.
Age of Cignare. Rising forever.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Age of Cignare Online. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And this little episode today is going to be supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Oh, yeah, baby. Let's go. I'm excited. I'm excited. This is for all the lovers and the haters. Come and join us, whether you like me or not. Oh, yeah, baby. I'm really excited. I just want to say hi to everybody. I've taken the game to a pretty nice level, and I'm really excited because I've revamped so many things, and I'm just too wow. And I was instinct. Every time I see a card, I just got to pick it up. Well, I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's a little tiny, there you go. So every time you level up a class, you will see not just the little white, I will say, I don't know, what you just saw right now. I don't even know what to call that. Then you will see a symbol based on the class. It will be either sword or it will be like I don't know, it's like a green flying thing. And then you will see a symbol for the magic class, and then you'll see the wings, I think, for the white class. I have a little short on YouTube. You guys can look it up. It's like right there. You can see all the 4 classes leveling up. It's actually pretty cool. But what I've actually updated as well And I created this whole new. It had a similar thing, but I created my own version of it. So I had to code the whole thing from scratch. I did understood the logic of it. So once I understood the logic, it was easy for me to put together. And it took me a while. I'm not going to say how long, but it took me freaking hours. I mean, hours of breaking, hours of crashing, hours of freaking going start at noon and going to sleep at 2 a.m. and still going to sleep thinking, am I going to get this shit to work? And it did, and it did. So I'm really excited. There's three different things that you're going to see on the character. This is what you see right now. It's like a trail that kind of it's only something that I did. You can turn it off. You can press the letter T and it can be turned off. So if you don't want it on, you don't have to. So I'll make sure that, I can see that the flickering could be a little annoying for some people. At first it was doing it very hard. So it kind of worked down to it. So, so you see the trail for the close, the trail for the range, the trail for the dark, and the trail for the white. So the white is blue, the dark is kind of fiery, the range is green, and the warrior is like a 24 karat dark gold. So it's pretty cool. Again, you can turn that off. It's not something you have to keep on or anything. Also, when you're attacking a mob, eventually on the beginning, like you don't do a lot of hits, but the more hits you do, the more you're going to see the trail of the weapon light up. So the weapon is going to start lighting up and leaving a trace. As you can see, depending that color of that tray is going to change depending of several things. If you restart, it change colors. If you change weapon, it may or may not. It's like a random thing. I would probably going to make it where it is a specifically designed a particular assigned color by the weapon. So if you have, let's say, a one-handed sword, it's going to be one color for the sword. Then it's going to be one color for the mace, one color for the morning stars, one color for the hammers, one color for the two-handed weapon sword, one color for the spear, and then you have also the staff. Right? I don't have a staff with me. Let me go get one real quick. I just wanted to, let's see. Let me go ahead and take it very quickly. I removed the name of the character. You can turn that on and off. As you can see, that is something you have to look at all the time. If you see a player, you want to see the name, just make sure you press Control. I will post all this information. I also created, when you press, if you press the question mark, it's going to be mainly for the basic codes and commands, right, for the players. So if you want help, it doesn't matter if it's in capital letter or regular letters. If you press it, you will see. I don't have it organized yet, but I will organize. I will categorize it as well. I'm going to do one code for the rings and amulets. I'm going to do a code for the rings and amulets that actually require a command, right? If it doesn't require a command, you won't see it. Just for anything that requires a command. This way, players can, they can search things very quickly. They don't have to log out or go to another screen or go to Discord or go to anywhere. Just basically, they can just, type question mark help and they can get it right away. The staff, if you carry a staff, automatically, this is the only item that will have this. As you can see, let me take the speed out because it looks good, but I think it's 50. Let's see. Yeah. So this is the speed. Okay, so you will see the actual magic staff. It will have a trail, right? It's just a little cool trail that I designed. Technically, this feature was implemented into an old game, and all I did was learn the logic, and then I implemented it into my client, into my server. So that's pretty much it. It's nothing. I mean, it's not easy, but it was done, and I got it. I got it work. So, of course, as I stated earlier in my previous stream, I've actually assigned NPCs as well for the hybrid skills and the regular skills. They're pretty much organized very well. They're pretty much organized. They're like really nice. You have your warriors and your rangers. You have your dark class, and then you have your white class. Then in this one, the NPC will be called main class skills, which is kind of logic. And then you have your occupational hybrid skills, which is basically the 16 type of classes that we have. You're going to see the warrior, bandit, shadow, paladin. If I remember, I think we have assassin, archer, we have poacher, we have rangers. That's on the ranger class. On the dark class, I believe there is blade mage, a wanderer, a wizard, and a shaman. Also on the white, you're going to have the old monk, which many players I know that used to do that one. It's a pretty cool one. You have the hawk, the draught, and the cleric. Cleric is basically the classification. So you're going to have your warrior, you're going to have your archer, you're going to have your wizard, and you have your cleric. That is basically like a level 25 that everybody remembers. When you got to level 25, you pretty much acquire the class skill, which if you go to your classifications here, of course, everything, as you can see, I have designed everything which reads pretty much completely in English. So you won't see gibberish or anything. Your class is going to be displayed here properly. So if you have a warrior, if you're a bandit, if you're a shadow knight or whatever, paladin, ranger, shaman, cleric, it doesn't matter which one you are, you will be able to see it. Of course, all those will be learned based on the hybrid skills that they're all here. They're pretty much 17 hybrid skills. Actually, not 17, sorry, they're 19 hybrid skills. There's two of them, which is the cavalry and the advanced fire arrow. Those two I will recode completely. I'm going to find to see if I can do 4 of them instead of those 2. And you're going to have one special for range, one special for close warrior, one special for dark magic, and one for white magic. Those are going to be special in a sense where you're going to have to, it says here 35-15, but it's not going to be a 35-15. It's going to be probably 35-55 or 35-65. They're going to be a little bit harder to get, but they are going to be very rewarding. The percentage attack and the damage attack is going to be absolutely insane. So this is something that for high levels, if you really get to a good high level, you will be able to enjoy this particular skills that I'm going to design. I already pretty much wrote the entire logic for this too, right here. I pretty much did it. I just haven't yet had the time to go in and implement it so that I can test it, but that will be a future project. It's not something, I don't want to get stuck on something that is not going to be primary. So the to-do list that I've done has an insane amount of things already done. There's only like 5 things that are not priority that needs to be done. And then I'm going to focus on the priority list. Of course, on the priority list, you will see that I am going to complete an entire re-encryption of the entire source code. This is going to be my primary project. This may take me maybe about 2 weeks or more. I'm just making an estimate. I am getting better as the days go. When you're coding for hours, you can kind of see that you're making a lot of mistakes and you can learn from those mistakes. And a lot of the times it just triggers when you're doing something new. It triggers and you say, wait, I did this and I fucked it up before. Let me not do it again. And it kind of brings up a better workflow once you continue moving forward. So I felt that, first of all, I want to thank Cage because he's the reason I can take over this whole thing. I wouldn't be able to do this without him. I am in big debt to him. He is absolutely an incredible human being. He's an incredible person. And I really want to thank him for everything that he's done in the last 2 years. He pretty much saved the whole show when we got robbed pretty much by James Ryan. The freaking betrayer, coward piece of whatever. anyways, he saved us, and he put me in a position where not only he was doing things, but he was teaching. He was letting me know, hey, I did this, I did that, but I did it like this, and I did it like that. You should learn how to do it. And he was like, you need to learn this. You need to know how to do this because I'm not going to be here forever. It's true. I can consider he's still a great part of our team and a great part of our family. Of course, his personal life and job has taken a lot of his time, and I am very happy for him and very proud for him for everything that he's continue doing. So thank you, Cage, for that. If you're listening, I really appreciate you. Number two, I want to appreciate one person in particular, my friend Benji. He is definitely one of the people that's been with me for a long time, and I mean a long time. And Benji just became a father last year, and I'm very, very excited for him for his new journey. And he's absolutely keeping himself very busy. He's been busy here and there, but again, he's still part of the team. He's still part of the family, and I'm just proud and very happy that he's a brand new father, and it's really excited. It's super, 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 super excited. So, anyways, I also want to give a thank you to my friend Index. He is absolutely an incredible friend. He is the best critic I ever have. Absolutely, man. Every time I post something, or either he private message me or he just tells me straight up, whether he likes it or not, whether he has a new idea, whether he likes the anything. And he's just my greatest critic. And there's nothing better than your own friend. And let me tell you, Index, I know him for, oh my God, I met him like in 2007, 2008. No, I think it was 2007. And that's almost 20 years. That's freaking crazy. At the same time, I met Benji also back in the day. So it was crazy how this whole game brought so many people together. And some of us are still very good friends in real life, even though for some people, the game no longer is part of their life. But I wish that once I finish this journey that I put myself into, I hope that I can inspire them and say, you know what, let's go check it out. Look at this. I mean, this game looks insane. I've completely dedicated my life to this game. It is my baby. It is everything to me. And now I have new people that has become part of my life. And I want to say thank you to, and I will tell you this, man, this guy, he is insane. My friend Obsidian, oh my God, this kid is insanity. He has skills that I can only dream when it comes to building anything. This guy is like an architect, bro. He can build anything from the ground up. Like you tell them, hey, I need this, and he just go bloop, 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 bloop. And then when he sends you a screenshot, you're like, bro, what the fuck? I just gave you this shit a couple of days ago, and that shit looks insane. I seen him grow. I seen him how he has developed to the person he is right now. I met him maybe about 7 months ago. And when I first met him, he was just a kid, sharing his work and very passionate and very attentive. And now he's an incredible businessman. I can only think, and I'm only this. This is my hobby. This is something that I love. But we spent yesterday, we had an incredible meeting. It was like 3.5 hours. And wow. And I mean, wow, like wow is not even a word to compare or to describe the meeting that we had yesterday. It was an absolute mind changing and mind blowing to me, to the point that now I want to get into the development industry and to another level. And I want him at my side because this kid is going to fucking build things that only other companies are going to love and want him to build shit for them. There's not going to be a company that if it sees his work, they're going to say, wow, wait a minute. Who the fuck is this guy? Simple as that. So Obsidian, bro, I want to say thank you for what you do. Thank you for being a great friend. Thank you for looking at me as a mentor and as a friend and as a big brother. I look at you and I see a son. I see a good friend. I see a person that allows the criticism and advice. So with that in mind, I want to say thank you. And with that in mind, I'm just going to continue showing a couple of things here that pretty much we've been doing. I have not finished yet renaming all the NPCs. I am going to rename everything. I'm pretty much going to have a brand new fresh start. This NPC here, I closed it, but it's going to be an idea that I already wrote. I just not yet implemented it. That is something that I'm going to do later on. This one is another cash shop. I'm going to change the name. I'm going to call it probably the pack, cash shop, because I'm going to do some cool stuff that we're going to be doing in here. And of course, your main cash shop is going to be this one. So I'm probably going to remove the AOC and it's just going to say main cash shop. I completely refixed all the bugs that any of this had. I added the attributes. As you can see, all the weapons. You see the physical attack, physical defense, magic attack, magic defense, the hit point, mana point, critical, speed, and intelligent. All of that is going to be working. So basically, it is going to be pretty cool. Let me take the sound. So hopefully, when I use that, you'll be able to hear the effect. I'm going to change the icon and tap of it. Maybe not for the ones that exist, but the new ones are going to definitely have a brand new implementation icon. And I may even change the sound effect to something different to the new, premium items that we're going to be here. I am going to remove a few of this. Some of these items are going to be dropping just basic stuff. Like this is, cool stuff. Even if I don't remove them, I'm probably going to make them you can buy them with shield. So that way you don't have to use, this is pathetic to buy this with catch. I'm not going to have these items with catch. So none of this is going to be in, you're not going to have to spend money on this. And a lot of the stuff that are actually only sound effects are going to be free. There's no need to pay for something that it is just a visual and it only lasts half a second. So it's not really something that players should be paying for. So I'm going to remove all that. And anything that is increasing MP and HP, anything that is increasing speed, that is increasing weight drink, all of that, the drop price is going to be like 75% dropped. So if you see something like a 500, it's probably going to be about 100 or 150 and gold. So it's going to be like 5 cents. It's not going to really, again, this is not something we're looking to make our platform. All this stuff that is so basic, we want players to be able to get it so easy, so fast without breaking anything. I am going to design the entire catch up, at least the first and second page, where it doesn't matter where you are in the world. You don't have to spend $10 to buy cool stuff. You can just put $1 and then you can probably buy with $1 half of this stuff. Like, it's no need for any of that, bro. It just doesn't make any sense to me. At least with what I'm doing. It's just what I'm trying to say. With what I'm doing, it just doesn't make any sense. So now, in terms of the experience, we're gonna have two different catch up. We're gonna have a catch up that is gonna be in the high levels, and only players that are probably level 200 and above will have access to that catch up, because you can only use those. You're going to be able only to use those items if you have the level requirements. It is not just you can buy it. You need to get to that level to be able to buy those items, and they're not going to be expensive. They're going to be extremely cheap. So you have the 1.5 experience cars, then you're going to have a ×2, and then you're going to have a ×3. I don't think you need a ×4 experience car. I will look at that later on and see how it's actually developed. But with that in mind, it doesn't really, at this early stage, there's no need for a beginner player to have a ×4, a ×3, access to a ×3 car. You're going to have the 1.5. This is from like level 0 to maybe level 50. the times 2, you'll be able, once you get to level 50, you'll be able to use the times 2 card. And once you reach the level 150, you'll be able to use the times 3. And then once you're higher than level 200, you'll be able to use the times 4 card. Some of those cards are going to have timers to a specific. So it's just basically just like, the ones you have here. You have a 10-hour, you have a 20-hour and a 30 hours on the lower ones. The mid ones, which will be the times 2, they're not going to be 10, 20, 30. There's going to be lower. The higher the times experience is, the lower the time you're going to get with it. So you're going to have to really kill it. You're going to have to really crush it. And it's just a little tiny bonus. We want to make sure that we're not building a game to give advantage to those who have money. And in terms of the new weapons and items that I'm adding, for the most part, those items are going to be classified as, let me put it this way. If you have one of the old school items, let's say the Black Knight Spear, you may have only one item of let's say one spear that is going to be just maybe 1 or 2 points higher than the Black Knight, and any other new spear you get on that rank is going to have the same stats. So you're not going to see different stats, you're going to see different textures. So you're not going to go crazy saying, well, this guy has a different a different spear, therefore it's more powerful. No, there's going to be a cap. And after that, everything is going to remain equal. Of course, the reason I'm going to add, maybe, let's say, for example, I made the new the new two-handed axe. One of them, there's 5 of them, but they're all going to be the same stats. They're just going to have different textures. So that way players don't have to have the same one, but they don't have an advantage against each other. So I'm going to try to build something that, you're going to see new armors, new textures, and so on and so forward, and from level, from rank 1 all the way to rank 10. But a lot of the times, the top of that rank is going to be repeated in different textures. That's just pretty much it. And I'm excited for that. I'm really, really excited. I really enjoy the effect on the staff. It's the only magic weapon we have. So it's pretty much going to have the ability to have that little effect when you move. It's going to change color. It could be a pinkish, it could be a greenish, it could be a bluish, it could be like a yellowish, right? Like a kind of goldish color, and so on and so forth. The way I'm going to balance the mobs are going to be perfect. I already wrote the logic for the experience and the mobs balancing based on what I'm going to do also for the items. So based on your classification, based on rank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to rank 10, those mobs are going to be classified for that. So if you enter a map, let's say you're rank 1 and you want to go to a rank 2 map, you're going to get hit hard. But the system is going to know that you're rank 2, so therefore they may hit you less. So it's not going to be like it is now that a mob hits you. It doesn't matter what level you are. Of course, if you're low rank and you don't have any good weapons, any good armors, you're not going to, higher mobs are going to hit harder depending on what you have. But I've really created something really cool. So I am going to work on that. Also, what you see here, this is called the teleport, mod, this whole thing. I am going to have one new mod for every single teleport. You're not going to see the same repeated mod in every single teleport. That was the old school. Not anymore. You're going to have a different mod, a different design, So, example, here, you're going to see this one. Then when you go to Mirrors, you're going to see another mod here. When you go to the other one, the one here is going to be at the end before you enter Lagon. But once you enter Lagon, and Lagon is going to be a new one. So you're going to have an exit and an entry one that is going to be the same for, and each map is going to have their own as well. So That is something that it's absolutely incredible. I definitely, yeah, wait. Am I hitting hard? Yeah, let me, I just want to level up very quickly. Don't kill me, my friend, damn it. Oh, where do you think you're going? Oh, bro. Um, I'm actually adding for the oh, this is a rank two. I haven't yet reorganized the items. I reorganized the entire database, but the drop list is still the old one. So that's not something I'm working on right now. That will be something at the last minute because it's easy. I'm going to do the drop list. I already have, you see how that black magic symbol when you level up, same thing with white. All right. If you, let me see. On, let's get the white. One more. Okay. I am also going to fix something that has always been an issue in this game. People are always looking for, you know, let's see the where is the there it is. So that wings, that's for the white. So you're gonna see a crossbow for the ranger, a sword for the warrior, a black knight symbol, I mean a black magic symbol, and the wind for the white magic. Um, we have only five horses. We have the speed 99. Let's get speed. We have the white. We have five horses. We have the typical three. No, the brown, the black one, and the white one, which I will retexture. And then, of course, I have completely renamed Mystic Botanicals. This is the Golden Oak stable. In here, you will be able to purchase a horse. The first horse, which is going to be the brown horse, first of all, it's going to be half of that price. I'm going to do it either 200 or 250, but I don't want it too expensive. Probably 200 because it's not, it's just the essential one, right? That one, I want everybody to get it easy. It's going to be able to players get it quickly to get 200 shields, 200,000 shields within the first three maps you're in. You'll be able to do it if you play the game properly. We're going to make the game economy based on the shield. So players will have to farm shield and so on and so forward. That's going to be basic, the way things are going to be. Of course, the catch items implementation is going to be an implementation that is not going to be, a bank breaking. So it's going to be great. But anyways, what happened here? Do I have money? I have to find out what happened here. Oh, I closed it. I was doing something on it and then I stopped it. So it don't matter. This is the test client, so it's not a big deal. It's not the main client. So it's just testing everything, making sure everything is working. So we're gonna have two horses for the basic, not one. We're gonna have one that is gonna be, I think it's 200 and the other one is gonna be 500. Um, it's basically a copy of the brown. I'm just basically going to create two of them. They're both going to be level 0. So you'll be able to come, then you're going to have the next round of horses, which is going to be the black and the white. Those are, you're going to be able to get one at level 50 and one at level 100, right? Then I'm going to add, you have the gold one, which it's going to be renamed. Then you have the one the Cage created. That was his actually creation, and I made it such of a cyber type of horse to his creation. I'm going to keep it like that, and it's going to be called Cage, Stallion or something. We're going to name it pretty cool. Like when you come here, you'll be able to see the brittle of stallion for cage or whatever. It's going to have a pretty cool name. Um, so there's 5 of them, but I'm going to do 10 new textures and 10 new mounts. Of course, the only ones I have right now are horses, but the moment I do learn how to implement a new mount, like I don't know, like another type of mount. I can't even get something in my mind right now. I don't know, a camel or a wolf will be pretty cool, like a die wolf. Like you ever seen Game of Thrones? You have that big die wolf, something like that. You'll be able to write a wolf. The animation is almost the same. So, but that's something I will do later on. I do not think it's going to be really hard. I already understand and learned the logic of the horses. So I think I've spent probably 3 hours reading the entire logic and understanding it so that when it's time for me to go with it, hopefully I'll be able to do this without a problem. But pretty much it. The teleports, there's 10 different teleports. We probably going to have about 15 in total. Players in the low level are not going to have access to high level teleports, just all the way to Taros, which is this one. Of course, teleports are going to have level requirement. You do not want a level 0 in Taros, and you do not, you don't want those kind of things that used to happen back in the days. So you're not going to be able to, I think this already, if I try to use it, you see it says level 60 is required. So that's something important. There's no business for a level 0 or a level 5 or level 10 in Taros or any map higher, which they should. I understand some players, they like to jump to the end game, but this game is not going to be a type of end game type of game. The reason for that is because I've created so many different things that it is going to really keep you on that flow. In addition to that, I have completely coded an entire arena. So the arena system, I have not yet tested it, but the entire logic is being created. Hopefully I'll be able to implement what I wrote into the game. It seems like it is going to work. The way it is going to be, you will be able to send the player a request, right? Basically, you can go into you will be able to go into an NPC. The NPC is going to it's going to say arena. When you click it, it's going to give you a chance to type here, right? The name of the player, the players that you're going to PvP with. If it's a 1 versus 1 or 2 versus 2 or 3 versus 3, right? The player will receive a confirmation. And if the player say yes or no, then based on that, you guys are going to get teleported to that arena. The arena, I'm going to have a particular map, and this map, I'm going to enhance it. And it's going to have 10 different arenas inside that I'm going to design. Of course, once you get teleported to an arena, you're not going to be able to leave that area because there's going to be a block, right? So let's say, for example, this is the fence for an arena. You're not going to be able to get out. So both players or 2 players or 3 players, 3 versus 3, 2 versus 2, 1 versus 1 are going to be on the arena. Of course, the arena is going to have a timer. Let's say 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, designed depending on the levels or the rank, whatever. I'm going to have to really quarterback that pretty nice, but it's going to have a timer. And if you guys cannot kill each other before the time is over, then it's done. Of course, when you go to PvP, you're going to come into, set up your shop, make sure you have enough pots, enough this, enough that. However, the reward of the arena is not going to be something the game is going to give you, right? This is going to be so that players can actually bet things with each other. So let's say they want to bet shield. So let's say we will 1 versus 1. Then let's say I am the challenger, so I put 1 million shield on the challenge. If the player who accepted will read the conditions in this box right here, it's going to say Cignare has challenged you to a one-on-one PvP and has bet 1 million shields. That's it. Then, if I accept it, as the second player, then we both get teleported into the PvP, and then we're gonna fight, and whoever wins gets the winning prize. Right? For now, it's only shield. I have to think about if I can do it with items. That way, the items that there has to be a verification. The item that you're betting it is on your inventory, or it can be taken out of your inventory. You will have to drag it into a box, which the game already has the logic for that, so I don't have to worry about creating that. I add the item into a box, and you can bet one item against each other, or two items and three items. If you do a 2 versus 2 or 3 versus 3, there's going to be a primary leader. The leader of the challenge, the way I want to do it, you will have to be in the same party, right? You will have to be in the same party. Let's say if it's 2 versus 2, so you got to be here. I'm supposed to be the leader of the party. Your name has to show here as the party. And then the other two need to be in the party. Otherwise, if I send you the challenge, you won't be able to accept it because you are not in a party. It's going to tell you need to be in a party with the other person you're going to be doing the PvP. I'm going to make sure that gets written very well, so the players can understand each other, and so on and so forth. The rules and regulations of the PvP system, I am going to write them. Well, I think I already did. I'm going to convert them into a more logic for Discord and more logic for the message here, so the players can see, so on and so forth. Once the match is over, just like when you kill the boss that everybody can see, right? X person have, killed the bosses. This person participated, and X amount of persons have this amount percentage, and they did this amount of damage, and they got this, whatever, all the information. It is going to be also for PvP. It's going to show a notification that says Cignare has won the 1v1 PvP challenge against XY player, whatever the names they are, and he has won 1,000,000 shield. So you guys will be able to bet each other and PvP each other. The reason I want to do an arena with more than just one arena is because I want to be able to have not just one, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe 12, 20, 30 different PvPs at the same time, depending on how busy the games get, right? And so on. So you'll be able to challenge each other and play with each other and have fun with each other without, doing anything that I don't know. It's just pretty cool. The reward system, I have a 3-tier reward system. It's going to be insane. We're going to have a daily reward system. We're going to have a month reward system, and we're going to have a war reward system, right? But the war reward system, the daily reward system, I have to make sure that it's not abused. So I wrote it, but I think I need to fix a few things. So this is why I have not dedicated any time to that. So I am going to, when the time comes, I'm going to really, 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 really make sure that this works pretty good. I have some people asking me how much time I've dedicated and work in this game, and make no mistake, I have over 10,000 hours, maybe 12,000 hours that I've put it into this game in terms of work, right? Not just gameplay, just work. And yes, I own this game for about 13 years now, but only in the last, 3 years, I be able to, ever since Cage became part of this, it's just when I did something. Unfortunately, when this schmuck, James Ryan, the thief, the person who robbed us, he didn't do anything. He was getting paid fucking 25-30% of everything that the game was making, and even when he didn't do anything, he still got paid. He's a fucking piece of shit, and he didn't do anything. Every time I asked him to fucking do something on the catch up, it took 3 months for him to fucking do it. So he had a plan all along, and of course, cowards. That's what they do. They behave cowardly. But anyways, I'm going to continue working and making sure the entire game, it's well determined. I'm not going to be able to go to Mojas until I level up. So I've named the entire Mojas. I named the entire castle's NPCs. There's going to be pretty cool stuff that I'm going to do in the NPCs that we have in the castles. There's going to be different reward system depending on the NPC you're going to be in it. I am also translating the help, which is going to be in several languages. So let's say your language is Portuguese. So you'll be able to type help and the word Portuguese or the language Portuguese, and you'll be able to read it in Portuguese. You will also be able to read it in Chinese. You'll be able to read it in Korean, and you're going to be able to read it in Spanish. So on the Hispanic speaking or Spanish speaking, the community probably is going to get a lot larger than what it was, because I am part of several communities that have over 30,000 members, and I have several thousand people that I would share what I've done through this communities, and they love it. They fucking love it. They're like, bro, when are you going to open this? And I just keep working. I just keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully in 6 months, if I commit and dedicate, I'm able to do all of this, right? So for now, of course, the attack, glowing trail, the weapon on the staff only because it's the only magic. It was doing it when I started doing it. It was doing pretty much on all the weapons. Like if you start this, but this one it was doing it weird. The staff and the spears were the one that were doing it cool. But I started thinking, I said, you know what? I'm just going to have it on the staff because it's the only magic weapon that we have. Yes, we have magic skills, but they get individually activated and so on and so forward. So no big deal on that. Let me do something. I am going to see if I don't get disconnected because this client is a little too crazy. And I'm going to log in into my admin character. And of course, the staff. Let's see. So the new daggers. Oh, and the shield. I was about to do that today. To add the new shields. There's going to be 10 new shields that are absolutely insane. This is freaking crazy. You're going to see that trail, depending on the weapon. You're going to have. You see how it changed from blue to yellow? I did not assign, depending on the weapon. I think I'm going to assign colors based on the weapon, so it's going to be a lot cooler. You can do also, let's say, where are you? Let's get one of the spears. On the long weapons, it will take a few hits for you to get that, animation started. It's not going to be like right away, but it's going to be like in the third hit, second hit. You're going to be able to do that. If you walk, you don't see any more of the glowing. I took it away. It's going to be only on the staff. Same thing. If you have a spear, there it goes. You see how the colors change just because I changed the actual weapon. So the one-handed axe, there it is. Change again from pinkish. This is more like a fire color. That's my favorite. This is the new Temple Knight armor. It doesn't look like it was before, but it looks fucking insane. It looks amazing, bro. I really love it. The hippocampus. I remember this sucker right here. I made the hippocampus the same color of the armor. As you can see, I kind of try to match it as much as possible, but I didn't want to make it exactly the same so it doesn't look like that. But a lot of these weapons still need some texturing, and so on and so forward. This is insane. I added I need to add 50 one-handed weapons I have, and they are insane. The one-handed weapons are going to be absolutely amazing. I think out of the 50s, there is about 10 of them that are two-handed, which are going to be similar to, where are you? Where are you, buddy? Oh, there it is. So like this, this is kind of like a large two-handed weapon. So it's going to be about this size. But when you're not doing anything, of course, you remember it goes in the back automatically. Let's see if you have to wait a few seconds. There it is. So you're going to see them, and they're going to look so nice. Um, they're really going to look incredible. Um, this is absolutely insane. So yeah, I'm very excited for all the new stuff that are coming. Some people, I have conversation with all timers, and they're like, "Bro, you like taking a lot of time for this." I said, "Yeah, I don't want to open a game that is not working properly. I don't want to open a game that is incompleted. I don't want to open a game that is based on hope. I want to open a game that when I say, look, this is already here. Go get it. Go get it. That's pretty much it. Right? I didn't want to be the kind of person that keeps saying, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that, like when we were with fucking James and nothing ever happened. Every time we did an update, it broke three things and we fixed one, and we didn't fix that one very well. It's kind of crazy. And I fucking hated it. I really did. I just hated the fact that every time we try to do something, we broke three things. It's just not cool. I just don't like it. Obsidian, my friend, what's up? That's my buddy Obsidian. You're the best, bro. I am a lucky man. Insane. Very excited. There's quite a few things that I just want to nothing. I don't want to really go into it, but it's going to be something that once we open the game, we're going to open the door for everything. So the list is very large of all the things that I've done. And what I mean large is huge. It's very huge. This is one of my favorite things that I did. I completely redesigned the inside of the NPC. I had to do something particularly for this, but the NPC in particularly is going to ask you how much it's going to be. Remember, this is not a benefit. If you want the skill to be free, you need to learn the dark skill or the white skills, right? You want the dark buff or the white buff for half an hour without paying. Then now, if not, then it's going to be 250, 500, and the third one is going to be 1.5, right? And same thing for white, 250, 500. And for this is not something that it is to benefit anyone. This is for those who play hard and work hard and farm shield, right? Then you'll be able to come in into the NPC and do it, right? So if you want all six of them, I think the round is like 4.5, almost 5 million. So it's almost about that. Something like that. I'm not sure 100%. So let me see. So 1.5, that's 3, 5 and 5, that's 4 and half. So that's 4.5 million. So every time you come in to get all 4 or 5 for half an hour, you have to have 1.5 millions if you want them all. If not, you can get the first one only or the second one only. Again, this is not a benefit. This is more, it's not a something to give you an advantage. It's just a very cool benefit that is being created so that players who do not have the class learn of the white and the white, the black and the white buff, then you can come and get it here. So this is not going to be the type of game where you're going to build a level 100 so you can get all 3 buff, and then a second character level 100 to get all the buff. For the most part, I'm not gonna be the version who you have to pay for the inventory. All these inventories are going to be open 100% to all players, so you don't have to worry about that. Same thing for the warehouse. You're going to have 4 inventory. That's 45, 90, 180 spaces for free. You're not going to have to pay for any of that. Although the game has a system on the catch system so that you can buy the NPC warehouse page for 30 days. No, that's not something we're going to do. You're going to have the entire warehouse for free. However, I am going to design an NPC, a warehouse NPC that is going to be a catch warehouse NPC. You can you can buy the catch item. It is going to be a 30 days, right? We may have a 30 days, we may have a 6 months, or we may have a 30 days, and we may have a 1 year. I don't know. We may have different ones depending. This is going to be amazing for guild masters. So if, like, I remember back in the days, I had a big guild, and I have people that will buy catch items and donate them into the guild, and they'll give them to me, and they say, look, put this in the guild's warehouse. And I remember back then we used to create another account, and we call it the guild warehouse. And this game is going to be on Steam. I prefer no dual logins. I prefer, not for players to have multiple accounts. The purpose of multiple accounts, it was basically for warehouse storage. I am going to eliminate that issue. You're not going to have character storage issue. You're not going to have warehouse storage issue. You're going to have enough. In fact, I might expand this. I might instead of 4, I may get 6, right? And you get 4 for free, and maybe you have to pay for 2. But I will instead of 2, like everybody used to remember, right? Which used to be only 2. It's going to be all 4 of them. This one is going to remain at 5. I don't see the purpose of having more items than this, more space than this. Every single one of it is 25. So you have 25, 50, 75, 100, 125 items that you can carry at the same time. Of course, when you're low level, you're not going to be able to carry that much. Your percentage is going to go up. You're going to have to go to your warehouse or so forward. But if you're the kind of player who like to keep crap on your warehouse, then your warehouse is going to get packed. Then I remember people saying, oh, I don't have any more warehouse space. Can I get another account? And I said, no, it's the test server. There's no reason for you to have 180 items. You have 3 characters and you have 1 or 2 of them. They can have 125. So that's 225, 375 that you can have in total. That's way too much, right? That's just a lot. So instead of just having the ability of creating another account, you'll be able to go into the warehouse NPC. We're going to call it either Guild's warehouse or personal warehouse, whatever we're going to call it. And it's going to have pretty much a new system that I have not yet worked on it. This is an idea I got in my brain. I've continued thinking about this warehouse for guilds and warehouse for personal players. They don't have a guild, or they just have a guild, but they want to have an extra space, so they don't have to create another account. So that in mind, you can keep your main warehouse empty, or at least you can keep here what you use the most, and everything that you want to save for later on, or things that you want to save because you want to sell them later on, or whatever, they're going to be there. So that warehouse NPC is going to be there. Of course, every NPC that you see, now you will be able to read it and know what it is, right? Premium Zone Portal. You go into the Premium Zone Portal. Of course, you will get teleported to this location. I have not named this right here, this entire map. I'm not named it yet, but I have pretty much, give me 1 second. And let me turn this off. I am not sure if I'm going to keep the amount of mob, but I brought this ones here because this is the boss that we have here. This is going to be the premium boss. This is going to be the big sucker. This is the one that Cage did, right? He's the one that pretty much got this one 100%. He created that one, and on his honor, it's going to stay there. Of course, if you, it's called the King Beholders. But you have the King Beholder, so it's going to be called the King Beholder boss. Oh, it's already, no, it's yeah. So it's going to have an extra, it's going to have another word on top of that. So, but anyways, this one right here is going to be a stable. This is where you're going to see all the horses, and you're going to see everything else here. The other 10 horses that I'm going to make, you're going to see so you're going to see the 5, the 3 that originally were there, the gold and the one that Cage created. And then you're going to see also the 10 that I'm going to create, which is going to have the same speed of the gold horse, but just new textures, right? And pretty much. So that's just so the players have, different textures in the horse. So you don't see everybody with a white horse or everybody with a black horse. The higher the level you go, the better items you're going to get access to. This teleports situation, I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but I may change each of this to a really different one. Those are the ones already inside the game. So they're going to be pretty much new. The way Cage did it is that, like, for example, this is Zill. So everybody knows that these two models belong to Zill. As you remember, they're actually right there. We decided to make this teleport here. I am going to change this location for this teleport. I'm going to find a suitable location for that secondary teleport. And I'm going to find a teleport mod for, for it, like I said before. So, yeah. Every single mob has already been assigned a mob. So it doesn't matter which which map you go. If you go to, let's say, let's go to map 21, which is the highest level map in the game. This one is fucking packed. And what I mean packed is packed. Wait, I'm going to die if I don't. It's going to die. It's going to be crazy. Let me see something. Oops. What the hell? I'm typing too fast. Just want to clean the area. So you're going to have the zoom out is too much. This is for my testing only. Another thing, in addition of having the toggle for the names, you also have the toggle, which is an alt. So you see how you can choose a mob. If you press the alt, it will let you go through the mobs without clicking on any of them. So that means you'll be able to walk without the need of making a mistake. And if you have a invisible amulet, you'll be able to walk through mobs without a problem, without clicking and attacking any mob, right? By accident, which sucks. Back then, I remember going through very dense maps and then clicking and acting, and then, I didn't have any pots. And if I die, it sucked because if I die, I lose experience. It was just pissed off. But now you'll be able to control that. This is a very high level. It's like a level 300 map. So it's going to be pretty cool. This is going to be design. And of course, this boss right here, you can walk around him and he's going to attack you, but he's not going to move. If you have an invisible amulet, he won't attack you. However, the moment you attack him, he's going to move and follow you. I'm going to make this boss. It's going to be a new boss. It's not going to be this one. This is going to be the semifinal. The final boss is not this one. The final boss, this is something that Cage created. Let's see if I can get. Let me see if I actually range. I want to see if you. All right. So when you pretty much get this boss like you think you killed it, you're going to get teleported to another location. Once you get the boss into another location, once you kill this boss, you're going to get teleported to another map. And that map has the boss that you're going to kill. Now, you can touch the boss. Once you touch it, you get added into the teleport, right? But doesn't mean you're going to get a reward. You're just going to get teleported to the other map. And once you get teleported to the other map, if you don't do more than 5% damage, you're not going to be part of the list that is going to reward you. This is to prevent players who don't do any damage to the boss, and you have 5-10 players who really do the 95% damage, and then the drops we used to drop on the ground, and fucking speed hackers will come in and fucking take it away. This is not going to be that kind of game anymore, right? it doesn't matter if you do the trick of fucking deleting the animation and blue shit. You're not going to see nothing. You're not going to get nothing. If you cheat, you cheat. Simple as that. You're going to get rewarded only based on your participation. That is absolutely that. I have the entire boss logic of how the whole system works. Cage gave it to me. So I'm going to create a whole entire explanation very promptly of how the boss system works. So everybody is aware. I am going to, of course, have it in different languages so everybody understands it. I'm probably going to have a system here where it says help. And if you type the word boss after help, you'll be able to see the boss system logic, which it tells you the mathematical equation or how it says. You see, it was like 98%, 95%. Then this is the one that is you need to kill. So this boss right here is the one that is going to give you the reward you're going to look for. That's pretty much it. I am also going to fix that bug that when players, you see how I attack and I'm running away from it? No, every single time you press a skill, you see how the no animation. Every time you press a skill, you will see an animation. There you go. No skills, no animation. Boom. It has to do the animation. There's no animation there. So it has to be consistent. Some players were deleting even some files to get that feature removed, and they create a faster way to attack. No, the way a client is going to work, if you fucking remove anything, your client is going to crash. Simple as that. The client's not going to be able to work without any file. You're not going to be able to anymore to open the files and read them because they're going to be new encrypted. So you're not going to be able to change anything inside, anything that you used to remember and any of that. None of that shit is going to matter. You're not going to be able to do any of that. It is going to be the way it should have been a long time ago. Fact of the matter is that, those people that like cheating and lower, and they do things in the wrong way. Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, you're gonna find those bad apples. Uh, I I'm trying my hard best instead of being the kind of person who start banning people because they're doing things. I'm gonna start grabbing all the things that I remember, all the things that I know the players used to do, and to violate the rules of the game and so on and so forth. And I'm gonna stop it so that they can't do it no more. Now they have no choice if they want to play the game to play it. Simple as that. And that's the way it's going to be. Eventually, the game is going to be managing by somebody that I have already spoke to. When the time comes, I will introduce you to you guys. Once I start my journey with my friend Obsidian, I'm going to have somebody managing the main server and the Discord, and managing the community. And this person is going to be taking good, it's going to be well taken care by me. So that's just going to be that. So this is the last boss. Once this sucker die, you will see the boss system here, how everything is pretty amazing. Let's go. Come on. This is just testing boss. This is not going to be the right boss here. Hopefully I'll be able to get brand new models and animation. But I am going to grab a couple of the mobs that we have. We're going to increase the size. We're going to make them boss. And we're going to do it. I am thinking about the incubus for this one because the incubus is the map for the last one. So I might grab one of those incubus and do something special. I don't know how, but let's see how it works. And come on, baby, let's go! How you doing, baby? And you get teleported out. Once you kill it, you get teleported right away to the town. All the players are going to be here. Boom, boom, boom. This is a dummy. This is something that you can just test weapons. You can test. There's quite a few in here, but you can test it. You can kill them. It's just basically testing. They will attack you if you're very close. Or not. I don't think Cage opened the attack. No, so only for attack purposes. So you can attack your weapon. You can see how much your weapon damage does. And pretty cool. It's just like the barter square. You have 8 of them, but I did Cage did depending of your rank. Then you can go into to the boss. To the mob, to the dummy who gives you the right attack system or defense system. You can test them both in barter square. You can test your attack and you can test your defense. So look at this. It tells you pretty much admin Cignare, receive this, but also it tells you see that those are the pretty much dice, as I call it. It tells you how much percentage and how much damage you contributed. It is not completely well explained. I think that's enough. Shouldn't be so much. The main purpose of this, it is to prevent cheaters from scouting all the bosses and picking up the stuff from the ground. Also, I've checked a couple of versions up there that, I'm sure they came in out of this one. I'm sure James has something to do with that. The Korean version, I was looking at it and they picked up some of the stuff that we already announced and they pretty much copying some of the stuff that we're doing. So we're definitely doing something right because none of the stuff it was ever in the system of the game and now it is part of it. So now it means that they're looking at what we're doing and they're looking at everything that I'm doing. So that means they're copying stuff. So hey, you're welcome, motherfuckers. You're welcome. As simple as that. That's just the way it is. Anyways, I think that was a little nice run that I gave you guys, a little explanation. There's a lot more to do. There's a lot more to say. There's a lot more to explain. This is insane. And I'm out of words. There's a lot of stuff that wow. I'm like, I wasn't able to even think that I could accomplish, and I did. I am really excited. So with that in mind, oof, holy shit. It is crazy, bro. It is crazy. It's, I don't know. I'm about to blow it. I mean, the textures of all this stuff, look at this. This is absolutely insane. Everything. I mean, a lot of the stuff I already explained. I just wanted to show the cool stuff, with the trail, the staff, and this whole thing. So anyways, I just wanted to share with you guys, and hopefully you guys will enjoy everything that I'm doing on this, man. I hope you guys really enjoy. And there's a lot more to come. I have about 10 more shields to add, about 50 one-handed weapons to add. I have about 60 new helmets that I am going to make, or should I say do? Did I have the helmet here? I think I deleted it. Yeah, I deleted it. I deleted it by mistake. But I'm going to have the helmets for the warrior. It is going to be helmets for the warrior. The Rangers is going to have such of a Ranger old school hat, but then I already have a couple of cool ones. There's going to be really insane. And then the Magician is going to have the magic hat. You're going to see different styles, different texture, different things on the magic hat. Depending on the rank, of course, it's going to go from lower to higher. So that is just pretty much. Now the game does have a 5-item piece on the armor. So you're going to have the gloves. You have the gloves, the boots, the pants, and the top, and the armor. Sorry, and the helmets or the hat, whichever. There's going to be. I am trying to. This two right here, I haven't used them yet. I am going to. I am not sure yet if that's something I want to do and how it's going to play out. I already read the logic of this entire UI, and I understood it how it works. It's very simple. Well, simple because I'm doing this. I'm being too modest, but I'm not sure. I need an idea that is going to make these two squares usable for something really cool. I was thinking, and I was talking to Cage, and I remember we talked about how about instead of creating, if it's possible, that instead of creating five models for one weapon, it will allow us to create the icons that really carry the texture. And if you have a weapon here, you can change the texture by putting, right, the new texture weapon here. So let's say this staff right here, which is somewhere. Where the hell did I put it? Anyways, if you let's say you have this staff and there's five different textures here, it's not going to be counted as a model, but all you have to do is grab it, put it here, and that weapon texture is going to change if it match, right? If it doesn't match, it won't change. If it match the number of the files, everything that is an internal thing that I do, if it all match, then you'll be able to see this weapon with five different textures, right? Depending on what rank you are, you may get a different texture. Those textures will be dropping on mobs depending on the weapon. Everything is going to be. Again, this is just me talking my brain out, but it's just an idea. It could be other things. So I'm not sure how that is going to play out, but definitely on the helmet part, you're no longer going to see the actual icon only. It's going to be the actual model. I may use a secondary icon for helmets here because we have a lot of helmets icons, and it would be cool to start using reinforcement for defense. So if you're a magician, we can create the main model as a basic whatever the role of the stats that we're going to assign to, whether it's going to be string, dexterity, intelligent, whatever, defend, magic, and resistant, whatever the classification, with that in mind. So you're going to see, like, for example, you see how this amulet, which is called the wind element amulet, which is a rank 7 for the wind element armor, is going to be set up. However, I want to do also something where if you're using the full set of one kind and you use the ring and the amulet, right, it's going to give you a boost of an extra 5% or a 10% boost. So if you don't have, let's say you have two different classes of armor, like you have the bloody, let's say you have bloody boots. You have bloody boots and you have ice, whatever other armor. If it's not the full set, then these items are going to just give you the basic description, which will be on the description. It's not here yet, but it's going to show on the actual item description. Just like you see the attributes and you see the selling price and you see the rank 7 mystic wind element amulet, is going to have another column that is going to say this amulet is going to increase, 5, 10, whatever, and you'll be able to enchant it too as well. So that means that you'll be able to increase the enchanting of the rings and amulet. They are, I think there's 45 amulets or 50 amulets and 50 rings that you can enchant, right? I separate them. There's like 2 or 3 per class, or per rank. I think 2 of them. Yeah, 2 of them. So it's going to be the first and second best ring and first and second best per rank. So you have the rank. You have 3 or 4 classes in the rank 4. In the rank 1. So you have your warrior, you have your range, you have your white class, and you have your dark class. So of course, magic it's pretty much the same armor. You can choose to use, if you're a dark magic, you can use this armor. This is not assigned by the actual split class. I should call it split class because you have magic, and then under magic you have dark and white. I actually want to separate them. I want magic, to be, two class. You have the dark and you have the white. So if your white is higher than dark, you're not going to be able to use the dark. Just like you can't use warrior or range if you're magic. So white use white, dark use dark, range use range, and warriors use warrior. Same thing with the amulets and the rings. I'm going to do that. Same thing with the helmets. But that is another project. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. But I will do my best to see if I can do the classification and so on and so forth. So I'm going to change that. I'm definitely going to change that. And I'm going to make sure that it's well played and it's well separated. There's going to be a big update for the future. Hopefully I'll be able to do it without fucking anything up. But I'm becoming very good at, navigating and doing things on my own. So that's all good. I'll be able to implement a lot of things that I wanted to do for such a long time now. I've done a lot of those things already, and I continue doing them. I have such a big to-do list. Every time I kill 1, 2, 3 things from the to-do list, I add another 3 things or 4 things or 5 things. Hey, I did this, I did that, but I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that. Anyway, the game is becoming a lot larger from a half a gig that used to be 20 years ago, and then it was like a 1.5 gigs about 5 years ago. Now it's like 4.5 gigs when you download. The game, I'm trying to take it where a point that it may get to up to maybe 7 or 8 gigs, depending on how many things I add. But it's going to be a low thing considering that the average game that you download online is fucking 20 gig. So, then that is just small games. If you play any of the fucking heavy games like World of Warcraft or fucking Call of Duty or, Grand Theft Auto or even Red Dead Redemption, those are over 100, 150, even 200 gigs of space that you need, over 200 gigs of space you need in the fucking hard drive. You need to get a whole new hard drive just to download one game. It's crazy how these people are just, and it's just so that. But with that being said, I guess I'll call it a day. And I really appreciate you guys. I really, really appreciate everything. And hopefully we can get this journey continue. And hopefully in 6 months, I would say the beginning of the year, I may, depending on how fast I work, maybe open before Christmas or maybe open by Christmas. But I'm not going to hold my breath too hard because, again, I am not in a hurry to open the game, but I am in a hurry to finish it. And there's 0 bugs, an absolute zero. The only bug that I believe that it needs fixing is the magic that animation sometimes doesn't happen when you press the skill. A lot of the times you just don't get that animation. And then when you press it, you don't get, like, if you press the right, you see the bottom. I want to be able to get that instead of pressing the right click on the mouse to get that color, right? Depending on the skills that you may have here. Let's see. Let's put a couple of the white ones. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. You see, when I think I'm leaving, I'm not. There it is. You see how the character didn't even move when I pressed that? That one did. But there you go. Now it did move. But you're going to find yourself situations where the character doesn't even move and it doesn't light up you see, that has to show, and that only shows when I'm doing the right click. I am going to fix it where no, if you put the skill on the hotkey, you will get the full effect. And the full effect has to take place. There's no skipping that. There's no, one of the reasons warriors didn't have an advantage is because the rangers and warriors don't have that kind of distinguish. When you put the skills for the warrior in the key, in the hotkey, you have to wait until the entire animation is closed, unless you do the glitch of the horse, which is sometimes annoying when you're training, when you're doing this. If you're a kind of player, you're a hardcore player, yeah, you're going to probably find your edge. But if you're just a regular player and you just want to really kill some time and enjoy, it's best to get the full animation of the of everything. It's best to get the full animation. I believe it's the best way to do it. So I'm going to make sure that that animation goes completely into the hotkey. It is not implemented. I read the code. It is fucking messed up. There was a lot of stuff that either weren't finished properly or just weren't done completely, or whatever. But we're gonna change that. We're gonna fucking change all of that. On the dark, I think same thing. We're gonna make sure the animation doesn't get stolen. Let's add this one here. You see how he didn't move. So that's just pretty much it. I want to change that. So those two things I got to fix. I got to fix the animation on the hotkey, and I got to fix the visual of that so it shows when you press the hotkey and not the right. All right, this is supposed to be, that is the right click. Supposed to show if I press the key, but it doesn't. This is what it does with the key, and this is what it does with the animation on the right click. So we're going to fix that. Hopefully we can get that going. I'm going to put that as priority because I believe that is actually something pretty cool. There's another thing that I was told as an idea a few days ago. Depending on the weapon you're using, for the warrior, I will say warrior. It's, let me see. And this is something kind of crazy because if you have a dagger, for the most part, the daggers, they move really fast, right? So it kind of sucks that if you're a warrior and then all of a sudden you're moving this fast and then you press the skill and boom, slows down. So I want to see if I can make the speed of the skills for the warrior, right? Depending on the weapon you're using. So if you're using a two-handed weapon, then your skill, because this is a slower weapon, you see how it moves a lot slower, then you should be able to, there we go, then that's your speed. But if you have, a fast weapon, then I think the skill should move as fast as the weapon as well. I don't think it should pause. Bam! Oh, look at that. It took like 2 seconds just to do that when I can do 1, 2, I can do 3 or 4 hits in 2 seconds. While this one, it may take 1, 2, 3 to finish. And it's only 1 hit. So it's a big difference. You get almost 3 seconds taking out of your whole logic just because you're doing a skill, which I understand. The skill is pretty good. But one of the things that makes the warrior a sitting duck is because the skills are very slow. Magicians can actually cast 2-3 times before I can hit you once. That's unfair. So if I am a warrior and I am very good with a dagger and I have a very well-built dagger, right? If I have a good dagger, then on PvP, I may do some more damage because this dagger can hit you 2-3 times faster. But if I do the skill, instead of 3 seconds, I may drop it to 1 second or half a second, or 1.5 seconds. But it's all depending. It's all about math and speed, which is also math. That is all numbers. So we'll double check that and see if it can be implemented. Of course, I'll be showing you guys all the new shields. So this is going to look, with the new shields are going to look insane. This is the old score room. I am going to change the skins for a lot of this, but that's another task. I will do that later on. A lot of weapons I need to be either replaced and changed because they're either so small, like for example, maybe in rank 1, I don't mind too much. So rank 1, This one right here. I try to make it a little bigger, but uh, it was coming out of the. I don't know. I put it back the way it was. So there's quite a few weapons that they need attention. They need a lot of attention. This is one of the nice looking weapons. Of course, the hippocampus and the old school hammer. Look how beautiful that is. I changed the color, the texture, the whole nine yard. There's going to be some of them that I'm going to be changing and some of them that I'm just going to leave in the way I changed them, a while back and whatever. But for the most part, the game is going great. The journey is going amazing, and we're going to continue moving forward. This is the train; it's not going to stop for anything, and it doesn't matter how many versions we got up there. This is my baby. I'm going to continue. If some of the old players that don't like me or they like them better, then good, go fight. That's great. Do what you got to do. You're going to have options. You can either go to a game that still look old and and it's basically a game that got stolen by this fucking thieves, or you can come to the real deal and play the real deal, right? Anyways, it is what it is. So I'm just gonna leave it at that, and I'm gonna let you guys go. Oh shit! I'm so excited, bro. This is super insane. But anyways, I'll leave you guys with that one, and let's go, baby. This is Cignare, and the H is Cignare, and I am out.
From the first stone we restore to the skies we painted new. Every texture, every light, every world we rebuilt for you. Forgotten lands now shining, ruins brought back to life. We carved a new beginning with passion, blood, and fire. Through every map, through every zone, we poured our soul, we stood alone. We see chains of Cignare rising from the ashes we ignite. From the very first map to the final shining light. Every realm transformed, every detail redefined. We revamped the whole world, now watch it come alive. Age of Cignare. Age of Cignare. From shadowed forests breathing to mountains crowned in gold, cities reborn in glory, ancient stories now retold. We fixed what time